Hello, everyone, and welcome to the It Just Works podcast. I am your host, Ryan. Thank you for joining me. This is episode 50. I'm extremely excited for you guys to listen to this episode. It's really fun. I have five guests there's five of us on the show. It's a little chaotic, so I'm warning you now. It's chaotic. There's a lot of profanity. This is definitely something new for all of us and me as a host. I definitely have a lot to work on here, but it was so freaking fun to have Eric, Chris, Alex, and Mike on the show. With myself, we talk about all things Marvel. With a couple things that came out last week, a couple updates from Kevin Feige, and then we kind of go. We're continuing the MCU. So we briefly go over the Hulk because I don't think it's really worth watching to talk about. I remember pretty much everything that happens. And then the main reason we were there is to talk about Thor. But one thing leads to another. We end up talking about Captain America. There's also we give our thoughts on the brand new Mortal Kombat movie trailer. That movie is releasing April 16th. Just so much fun. And I think you guys are going to really enjoy this episode. As I said before, I have a lot to work on. So I'm really excited to continue improving on being a host with this many guests. And not saying my shut up count is ridiculous. My brother Chris was going off. Everyone was just having a really good time, and it's seriously fun. So thank you again to Eric, Mike, Chris, Alex. Seriously, it was such a fun time, and I can't wait to do more episodes like that. Just really fun stuff. Just a couple quick updates. So I guess Disney has finally broke its contract with EA when it comes to having the only right to license their games. And now Ubisoft has been announced as they are the next publisher to be making a game. And it's going to be made from Massive Entertainment. These are the guys that work on Cyberpunk. These are the guys that work on The Division. I was just looking at a Cyberpunk headline, so I got thrown off by that. That was amazing. Definitely not cutting that out. So they are making the next open world Star Wars game. So these are developers of The Division 2. I'm playing The Division 2 right now. I just actually bought the Warlords of New York expansion pass, where you go back to New York. So far, so good. I think that they're on the right track to be able to have the skill to actually take on such a project, and I'm really looking forward to it. Also, in other news, Star Wars Battlefront 2 was made free this week on the Epic Game Store, and so many people downloaded it that error codes that were never seen in Battlefront 2 were shown this last week, where too many people were on the servers, that there was actually a waiting line just to get into a game. Just the population rose to astronomical numbers, basically, that no one expected, and it was really, really cool to see that. Battlefront 2 has been out for a long time, and I'm sure, as many of you know, Star Wars Battlefront 2 had a really rough road when it came out, but it's really cool to see where it's at now with all the content they added. So definitely go check out Star Wars Battlefront 2, as there's a newfound love for the game all over again. Couple of more updates. GameStop's share price jumps by 80% after holiday sales and board changes. So there's still, I guess from that, potential hope for the company. I think that's really cool. The next thing I want to talk about before we get into the show is Nintendo showed off the new release date and trailer for Pokemon Snap. If you guys haven't seen the trailer, I think it looks insane. Seriously, this game looks amazing, and I really hope that Game Freak saw that whoever's making Pokemon Snap got it right when it comes to textures, just the art style, just the level. Just so far the level design looks great. Obviously, Pokemon Snap is way different than the mainline Pokemon games, but I really do believe that they can take some notes from these guys and implement it into the mainline series. The trailer is great. I seriously cannot wait for this game. I love the original Pokemon Snap a lot, so that will be cool. And the game will be released on April 30th, by the way, unless something changes. Pokemon Snap will be released April 30th. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us on the 50th episode of It Just Works Podcast. Don't forget, you can follow us on Instagram at ItJustWorksPod. Once again, that is ItJustWorksPod. And if you have anything you want to say about the show, If you want to engage in the show, be on the show, have any feedback, critiques, just things you want to add to the show, topics you want to hear us, go over, or myself, you can email us at itjustworkspod@gmail.com. That is itjustworkspod@gmail.com. Once again, thank you to all of you for supporting this show. I hope you enjoy the 50th episode. There's just some background noises as well. There's a lot going on in this episode, but I really think you're all going to enjoy it. Once again, thank you, and let's cue that intro. All right. We're good. Mike, did you watch Thor?
Yeah, I'm actually doing it all in order, so I'm on. I watched Thor like a couple weeks ago, so it's still pretty fresh.
Actually, I'm sorry. You're basically the one that sparked this whole Marvel thing, because me and Eric realized once you were texting us that it's like, oh shit, like we started the Marvel universe.
Because Eric's been blowing Feige for the last since
right.
So
yeah, he really has.
But
you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little sour that you guys didn't put me in the original Iron Man, because that for me is like.
That's what I said.
I'm pretty sure
that's what I said,
guys.
Yeah, no, you didn't. You didn't tell me shit.
Okay, well.
And I like how Eric's taking a drink right now because he knows better. Iron Man 1 was my shit, dude. Eric and I went and saw that shit together, dude. That for me, hands down,
I was
is.
There.
You weren't.
It's still the best. It's still the best individual movie at all, in my opinion. It's still the best one.
I agree with you because, and I think Eric said this before. Iron Man 1 sets up everybody.
For sure, yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons. Yeah.
Eric
says a lot of things. He says a lot of things. This fucking guy.
Well, you know what? Honestly, look. Not to toot Eric's horn, trust me, but the dude is solid when it comes to movies. If Eric goes sees a movie before me, I will hands down listen to what he has to say. He's pretty solid with films.
You're about 5 cocktails in, Chris, because I know Eric's
because he's already been nice.
Eric's movie. No, dude. I got respectfully disagree because Eric likes all kinds of shit. We always disagree on what we like and don't like. So,
all right. Well,
that's a lie.
All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started. I think everyone's ready. Does anyone need to piss, shit, eat, drink, any of that fun stuff before we go? No.
Yeah, dude. Kick it off.
All right. Cool. Well, welcome to the It Just Works podcast. I'm your host Ryan, and today we are celebrating the 50th episode of the podcast. And I have some amazing guests on the show today. We're going to be talking about a whole ton of Marvel stuff and Mortal Kombat later on. So on the show today, we have Alex returning. Alex, say hello to everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Eric, the casual gamer's here. The movie god, but casual gamer. Eric, how's it going?
It's going good. Hello, listeners.
Chris, my oldest brother, he's here. Chris, say what's up to everyone as he's trying to light a fire in his house. All right, Chris said what's up. Mike, our family friend is like a brother to us. Mike is here on the show. Mike, how you doing, man?
Goddamn right.
Well, I just want everybody to know Mike is the resident DC lover.
Oh, yes, and Mike
See him saying that, that's like the reason why I'm coming in late. It's got to be a Hispanic thing, right? Because a little racism in the DC comic thing too, because I'm not a DC guy, for the record. Okay,
relax.
Just for the record, he's throwing me under the bus. He's a piece of shit. Okay, it is what it is. All right.
But to be fair, you are more of a DC guy than the rest of us. I mean,
Well, my childhood's all around. It's all revolved around Batman. Since I was like a little chap. So.
And I want you all to know that out of the 5 of us, Mike was the only one who finished Wonder Woman 1984. Okay, that's how much of a DC lover he is.
Damn, yeah.
What about Suicide Squad?
Oh, God.
I couldn't make it past 10 minutes.
Yeah. I finished it. I mean, I kind of had to. It was Christmas. My folks were in town. We sat down.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what any of that means.
It means It means I can't get those 2.5 hours back. That's what it means.
That's definitely
No,
what it means.
fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, I'll give you that.
All right. Well,
Trying to be a good son.
yeah. So
I try.
So we're just gonna get straight into it. The first topic I wanted to bring up to everyone tonight, I will go first on this, is Captain America is potentially coming back with Chris Evans reprising his role as Captain America. I personally think they are doing this to do a 6-episode series on what he does with the Infinity Stones, and it shows his journey as he returns them. I think that'd be a really cool way to do it. And I also think there's a second reason why he's coming back, but I'll leave that for the Deadpool part. Mike, you're the newest one on the show. Mike, what do you think they're doing with Captain America?
I mean, did Endgame not mean anything? I guess because this is just it's a flashback, right? That's what they're planning on doing. I mean,
that's why I hope it's just him returning the stones, because the more stuff they keep doing and bringing people back, the less Endgame matters. Chris, whatever you're doing is loud as fuck.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I think if they, bring him back, like let's say he's on Winter Soldier, like, and it's not a flashback, then it's like, well, then what was the point of all the sacrifices or like the build up to Endgame with the whole entire phase 1 through 3? That's kind of where I'm actually kind of scared about that, because it'd be like them bringing back Tony Stark, and it's like, all right, well, he's dead, so do we really need to do that? The only other thing I can think of is the Multiverse of Madness with Doctor Strange. Maybe Chris Evans, Captain America, fights if they do it with the multiverse, a John Krasinski Captain America. Like, maybe they just want to do that to do the ultimate fan service. I don't know.
See, that's with all the different types of universes going on. That's where you kind of if they bring him back in some kind of small role when it's kind of where it fits into the story with whatever they're doing, cool. But if they wrapped it up nice. That was one of the few things I liked about Endgame is how they kind of wrapped up his little arc towards the end. How he kind of passes the mantle to Mackie and to So I don't know, man. It is what it feels like, a money grab to me with Evans and
fair enough.
But it's his. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna fuck it, because like I just he's kind of playing it off right now. When I saw his last article yesterday, when I knew we were gonna talk about it, so I don't know if he's just being coy or if it's all legit. If he's gonna sign, so I don't know. But if it's at some small capacity, then cool. But other than that, it feels like a money grab.
Yeah, Chris, what are your thoughts on Chris Evans potentially coming back as Captain America for more than just a cameo?
Honestly, I think there is something that they can do, whether it's a 6-episode event or maybe 8 episodes of what he does with the stones. I think that would be a good move on Marvel's part. I don't think that they can do another Avenger movie without one of your original big 3. And I don't think Thor has enough clout to do it by himself. So I kind of think they need Stark or Chris Evans to come back and reprise their roles. I do agree with you guys as far as Endgame would be completely useless if they bring back the characters, but they kind of have to play with what works. And I believe it's way too soon to tell what they're going to do with Captain America, as far as whether it's going to be a little 6-episode thing, what he does with the stones, or whether they bring him back for this next Marvel Avenger movie that they're talking about. It's way too soon to tell. But I'm kind of with you and Mike. I'm kind of a really huge Captain America fan, even from the comics and cartoons, where I don't really care as long as Chris Evans comes back and reprises the role. But at the same time, I agree with you guys. It's like a teeter-totter effect. How much does it benefit the cinematic universe, and how much does it wash out Endgame? So it's a toss-up. But you know what? I mean, we have to look at the fact that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is already 11 years now, and they still manage to keep it together. They still manage to be a freight train, and as long as you have Feige on board, as long as you have some of these producers and writers, I think it's just going to be a freight train. We just have to make sure that you're not fucking doing too much, I guess.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I stand on it.
Fair enough. Alex, where do you want to see anything from Captain America, or you're like, why are they bringing him back?
I would like to see like a band of brothers kind of TV show, like where he's back in World War II, just fighting Nazis and Nazi experiments. That'd be cool with me.
That is actually something I didn't think about at all, but they do go on several missions that they kind of talk about, and they kind of do like a montage of when he becomes, Captain America. So that'd be really cool if they just focused on that with his Howling Commandos.
Well, you got the Secret Wars too.
Yeah, but that's later on, which is
right later on. But
there. Well, the other thing they could do, as I don't know how they could do it, but what if King the Conqueror, if you guys didn't know, he's in Ant-Man 3. What if he's just so powerful that Cap has to come back with the Infinity Gauntlet and fight him? In the comics, he does fight Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet and all the stones in it.
Have you seen what some of these outlets keep teasing about bringing Galactus into the next Avenger movie?
Yeah, well, King's going to be the next one in the Avengers. I mean, Ant-Man 3 is just
yeah, but they also
him.
Right, but they also keep teasing Galactus too. Well, how can you do Galactus without Captain America, without the Silver Surfer, without the Fantastic Four? There's so many things that they have to introduce besides Captain America, to kind of keep the franchise going. It's not that they can't. There's plenty of wheels in motion, but there's a lot of things that have to come into play.
Yeah, Eric, where do you land on this? Before you move
on.
I
see you making all these faces over here.
Well,
Kevin Feige.
No, I agree with Chris, but if you think about it, they don't have a Black Panther.
No,
and again, it just depends on what they do with Chris Evans. If they do a fill-in show that's just like you said, 6 episodes that goes through like, oh, I dropped the stone off here, and this is what happened, that kind of fills in, and maybe even introduces a couple of ancillary characters or even new characters they're bringing in or something like that, that's fine. I think I'm okay with that. But I also agree with you and Mike to not basically make Endgame worthless. But at the same time, it just depends on what they do. So, I mean, it's just speculation right now.
They kind of don't have a choice. I mean, if you look at the comics anyways, if you look at the history of comics, everything they've done that was a major event got, fucked up anyways and changed. Okay, so we'll move on to the second topic, and is that Kevin Feige said the Netflix characters aren't off the table, as in they can still appear in the MCU. Mike, I think you're too close to your microphone. It's causing a lot of white noise.
Am I breathing my pants?
No, you're not breathing. It causes a lot of feedback when it's too close to you. When you sit like
I gotcha.
Yeah, it actually completely stopped. But you're good. I am really excited to see Daredevil and Punisher potentially come back. One of the things that just came out literally an hour before we recorded this podcast is that comicbook.com claims from a trusted source that they saw Charlie Cox reprise his role as Daredevil, and he was filming on the set of Spider-Man 3. I'm pretty sure that's true. We don't know 100% sure, but assuming that's true, I personally think it's amazing. I thought John Bernthal was the best thing to happen to Punisher since Thomas Jane in one of the original films. I think it was in 2004. I love that movie, but I think John Bernthal was like born to be this character, just like Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Starting backwards, Eric, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I only care about Daredevil and Jessica Jones was cool. I was okay with
her
that one.
And Luke
she
Cage
was
are
good.
Cool, and I think Iron Fist is still potential, but
The character's cool. I just didn't like the show.
I'd rather them be cannon fodder to like die or something. Like I don't know.
Sure, yeah.
Daredevil and Punisher are the ones.
Daredevil was so good, and Punisher's amazing. So
yeah,
if that's what they're gonna do, then yeah, bring those back.
Alex, what do you think of this? Did you even watch it?
I watched The Punisher. I didn't really care for Daredevil.
Would you like to see Punisher come back into the MCU?
Hell yeah. As long as he's playing it again.
Yeah, I don't want to see anybody else ever play the Punisher. Chris, where are you at with this?
I mean, kind of going with what Eric was saying, I think if you bring back the Netflix characters, you have a good thing here, because you have disposable characters. I hate to say that, but it's true. And then you have Daredevil, you have the Punisher, who were fucking amazing in their roles. I think Jessica Jones, I enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed that. She had 2 seasons.
Yeah,
I like both of them.
Yeah.
I like both of them.
They're not bad.
I think. I think honestly, I don't think it would happen, but I honestly enjoyed Ben Affleck's Daredevil as well, and I think that in the multiverse of madness, or maybe even the Spider-Man, why not even bring him back for a cameo? But with that being said, I think it is legit that Feige wants to try to put these characters into the cinematic universe. Why not? If you remember in the shows, there was a couple episodes where they even referenced the cinematic universe in the Netflix shows. So why not bring them in?
Yeah, it's either
whether
it's either Luke Cage or
I think
Jessica
it was-
Jones, but they directly
I think
bring
it
up
was
the
just-
Avengers.
Yeah, it was. I think it was Jessica Jones, but either way, like, why would you not? And I mean, Charlie Cox as Daredevil. I mean, Jesus, I'm a huge Daredevil fan. I even spent like $50 on a fucking Daredevil action figure. That's one of my favorite Marvel characters. Please, especially having him in with our Spider-Man. Yeah, that's and like you guys were saying, the Punisher. I mean, he did an amazing job with his 2 seasons. Yeah. So I think it's a good thing for sure.
Mike, where do you see yourself with this, or how do you feel about it?
Man, I don't look. He obviously has a plan. Like they're going to be in it somehow, some way. And I watched the first Daredevil. I watched both seasons of The Punisher. The second season wasn't very good, but it's just so much shit going on. Hopefully it makes sense, and hopefully the story is good, and hopefully there's a better, as far as these villains go. Again, I'm not as into it as you guys probably know a lot more about this Marvel shit than I do. So I just hope it makes sense. I hope that the right people are behind it, and
I guess he is a DC fan.
Whatever it takes for Eric to quit blowing Feige. Yeah.
Mike, I thought you were a fucking MCU fan, dude.
I like the movies. I out of all of them, all right. I don't want to get too far off topic. I mean, this is, but
you can go on your way.
I'm not
real
like
quick.
Dude, they're batting 500. Like they're only like about half of them are good. Like I'm in the middle of them. I'm about to start Guardians right now. Like Guardians are pretty good.
Iron Man. I love those movies.
Civil War, Infinity War, and I mean I like Doctor Strange. But other than that, like
okay, didn't even say the.
It just sounds like. Which one?
Winter Soldier is the best Marvel film.
That's another good one. Yeah, I just
finished that one.
But anyways, okay. Anyways, moving on. Third topic is Deadpool 3 is confirmed to be in the MCU, and it is still rated R. Before you guys give your thoughts, I think that this would be the perfect opportunity to incorporate the graphic novel Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. I think that this is the only way they could really do it. And basically, if you guys don't know, there's a short story where Deadpool literally murders everybody in the Marvel universe.
I was going to say,
hold on.
Ryan, real quick. No, hold on. Can you please elaborate why that would be a good thing? Because listen,
I'm trying to.
there's a lot of
you
people.
haven't even let me do it.
I listen. I'm trying to help you out here because there's a lot of people that are going to be like, "Oh no, how can you say that?"
Well, the reason why I'm saying that is because in the book, he's dealing with a third voice that basically takes over his brain once he's captured, and he breaks loose and murders everybody. And he goes on a complete rampage and just truly annihilates everybody. Just like a little bit of a spoiler, I guess, but basically at one point, he's burning Wolverine's kids alive and keeping them just alive enough to where their heart can beat again before he murders Wolverine too. Like, it's literally the goriest thing. It's crazy. It's insane. But I think the reason why they could do this is because he can kill them, and then his voice in his head is like, holy shit. He wakes up, and he just seeks out the Avengers. Like, something super cheesy where he just seeks them out to go, all right, well, how do we prevent this or something like that so it doesn't happen. I don't know. I don't know how you would bridge that storyline from a fucked up dream to the MCU, but I think that'd be a great way to do it because, like I said, he kills everybody. So how cool would it be to see Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool murder Chris Evans' Captain America, or like the Hulk? At one point in the story, the Hulk rips him into pieces, but Deadpool planned on that because he can regenerate. And so when Bruce Banner's sleeping, he just chops his head off. Like, it's the craziest shit I've ever read. But I just think that'd be a cool way to do it. But Mike, what do you think about Deadpool 3 being in the MCU, and what do you want from it?
It seems like, again, more of a money grab, because the whole rated R aura around that character, like, that's something that's made them so much goddamn money. And when they started this whole MCU thing, at the same time when they were kicking off with Iron Man, the DC franchise was starting out with Green Lantern with Ryan Reynolds. So, like, the writing was already on the wall. And that's something that DC's probably trying to do with some of their newer characters now, as far as getting more rated R, more graphic novel-esque type stuff. That's the direction I think they should take it in. But that'd be pretty cool. I mean, they're gonna milk Deadpool for all it's worth, and they're gonna probably make a couple more. I don't know if they're gonna do that as far as him killing everyone, because that's what they've done so well with these with all these MCU movies is appeal to our audience. They appeal to everyone. So I don't think they're gonna get too they're gonna give everyone a quarter chub. Eric's gonna get a full hard on, but they're gonna give everyone a half a chub. But they're not gonna get too deep in this shit. But I don't think they're gonna get that hardcore with it. But if they can make it work, I'm sure they can. So I'm all for it. I'll probably watch it. So,
Alex, what do you think of Deadpool 3, and what do you hope to see from it, if anything at all?
I hope, because Deadpool's main rivals / friends, because he's a anti-hero, is Danny DeVito as Wolverine, because Wolverine is 5'3", and Danny DeVito is also 5'3", and Tom Holland coming back as Spider-Man. And those trio go fuck up some people, maybe Galactus, who cares? And yeah, that'd be great.
I'm sold.
Alex, why are you not producing movies? Is what I don't understand right now. Nailed it, bro.
I sent it in crayon, so they didn't take it too wisely.
Eric, what do you want to see from Deadpool 3? If anything different at all?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Nothing in particular. I don't think they're going to do what you want them to do, even though I'd like to see that. But, I mean, I guess they could somehow in like a flash or a dream sequence or nightmare or whatever, something like that. But I don't know. I think the biggest reason that anybody's making a R-rated stink about it, Mike, is that it was a Fox property that was 2 rated R movies, and Disney now owns it. So it was just a thing like, oh, are they going to do it or not? And they're just keeping it the way it was. So I don't really see it as a cash grab. They're literally doing what they did the 2 before because they make money. And if you had a Deadpool 3 that was PG-13, I mean, they would lose money. There's no doubt about it.
All right, so Disney acquired 20th Century then.
Yes.
Because it's okay. All right. I didn't know that. All right.
So,
Okay, yeah. That's why they have. Are you
So
lying to me?
so that X-Men. Now that's something that I'll get a little excited. I'll get up for that one.
Mike,
If
are you
X
serious?
like
Right now?
because
Is this breaking
well
news?
is that I don't know.
Mike, they have acquired Fox. They've had it.
they have
They have all the
Fantastic Four
X-Men.
and
They
X-Men
have
now.
Fantastic Four and X-Men
The only
and
thing,
Deadpool
the
and
only thing
all.
I think they don't have is Namor from Universal.
They don't have Danny DeVito
No, they have Namor.
yet.
Yeah, they have Neymar.
They have Nemo.
So they're already doing Deadpool 3,
They're working on it now with the creator of Deadpool, Rob Liefeld.
and it's gonna be rated R.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
Okay.
Wolverine can
that's
be.
the only reason they're making a big stink about it.
And Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are always fucking around, so I would not be surprised if even for 2 seconds.
Actually, for
Oh,
Deadpool
yeah.
3, that's what I want. I want Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. Chris, what do you want from Deadpool 3? Are you excited for it?
Okay, so I'm a little on the fence with this because, I'm kind of with Mike on this, that this could be a cash grab, but at the same time, the Marvel Cinematic Universe isn't known for doing that dark comic line, if you will, where Deadpool goes and kills everybody. Is it something that I think they could use? Yeah, but at the same time, you're talking about, like what the other guys were saying, where you have to grab your young fans, you have to grab your older group of fans. I just don't see it. I don't see them taking that route. The whole thing about keeping it R-rated, that's just to keep the fans interested. I would be really surprised if they fucking went the route you're talking about. To be honest with you, I like the idea of Deadpool being in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I don't like it because it takes away from what the first two movies were. I just don't see them keeping the first two movies in this third one. Now that it's attached, I just don't see it. That's just me.
Yeah.
But I think Ryan Reynolds is a good Deadpool. I think if Feige is going to be attached, I think they'll find a way to make it work. But I just don't see the rated R Deadpool that we're used to in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I just don't see it. That's just me, though.
Yeah, What? Oh, Mike, go ahead. Mike, are you raising your hand? Literally.
It just occurred to me that if they're doing this if they're doing Deadpool rated R, and if it's going to be in the MCU, and if it's going to be that means that Ali as Blade that's got to be rated R.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I know we're not.
It has to be.
That's on topic. Okay, all right, good. Because that was my when they announced that shit. When they announced Blade, I was like, well, how if it's MCU, how could it be? But that just means that it's going to be rated R. So I'm happy. That makes sense. Yes.
Yeah, I think they're going a darker route, and I think that if they were to Eric, change your stupid fucking
Eric.
face.
Did you just fart?
He looks like a giant fucking Play-Doh.
He does too.
It looks like he glued that fucking facial hair on, and that
Yeah, he did.
He looks like he has a little bit of a piece on his head.
Right?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen, but just imagining the idea of Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe would be like the craziest thing to happen in cinema.
Well,
besides these three
Ryan,
phases
real
leading up
quick.
to the Avengers,
Real quick, Ryan.
they have to one
Do
up
you
themselves
remember-
somehow.
Do you remember in the last Spider-Man when they brought Tony Stark in real quick when he was dead?
Yeah, as a zombie.
Yeah, as a zombie. Like how quick that scene fucking went. To me, that was fucking legit. Like, let's carry that. Like, make that scene a little bit longer. Because I love Captain America and I love Iron Man. Those are, for me, and I'm sure a lot of people that love the Marvel Cinematic Universe, those two for me are it. that scene is like kind of like the like like the tearing of your fucking heart. Like, damn, like why would you do that to one of my favorite characters? But it was necessary because it was in the comics. It was something that Peter Parker did experience. But how quickly did they bring that into the movie and then just stopped it? To me, that's something they would do with Deadpool. They're gonna make it real quick, real dark, real quick, but that's it. That's just not what. Unfortunately, that's not what the Marvel Cinematic Universe is. If that makes any sense.
Well, with the route they're going, I don't know if that's ever going to be like. I don't know. I think it's going to change. Did you watch WandaVision yet?
I watched the first episode.
Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. Just leave it at that. It's the second one that makes you go, "Oh, what's going on here?"
Yeah, I haven't seen the second one yet.
So the main reason all of us fine gentlemen are sitting here is to talk about Thor, but I goofed, and Iron Man 2 is actually up for the next movie to talk about in the MCU. So we're going to talk about Iron Man 2 and Thor.
All for it. All for it.
Iron Man 2. I'll start off with Iron Man.
And the Hulk.
We don't give a fuck about the Hulk. Shut up. Stop bringing it
up. Yeah, shut your goddamn mouth right now.
We miss
I will
Edward
stab
Norton.
you in the face with a soldering iron.
Edward Norton was amazing, but he didn't want to keep playing his role. That's it. That's literally the end
Was
of
he
that
though?
shit. I thought he did
I'm
fine.
Oh yeah. Edward Norton was legit.
Yeah, I thought he killed it, dude. He was the best Bruce
No,
Banner.
he's bad.
Mark
Yeah,
Ruffalo.
fuck
You know
Mark
what?
Ruffalo.
You know what? Everything I said at the beginning of this episode, I take it back.
Yeah, fuck Eric. He doesn't know shit.
Eric don't know shit.
That's our thoughts on the Hulk. Now we're going to move on to Iron Man 2.
Eric's like, fuck me, I guess.
Iron Man 2, I remember watching it back in the day. I thought it was pretty great. And Eric turned off his video.
Fucking Eric, dude. Oh, welcome back.
Fucking face, dude.
Fucking face,
He's
dude.
got the best facial expressions. I thought Iron Man 2 was legit back in the day. I went back and watched it.
Does anybody other than Eric, real quick, remember what the lead singer of Demon Hunter looks like?
Okay, dude. Stop. Alright. I thought Iron Man 2 was pretty legit back in the day.
Hell yes.
I watched it last year. I still think it holds up. I don't think it's nearly as bad as anyone makes it out to be. I think Whiplash is pretty cool with his, whips when he's in the Indy car in Monaco. I thought, was it Morocco or Monaco? Anyways,
Monaco.
I don't
Not
remember.
Morocco, dumbass.
Monaco.
I thought it was a pretty badass scene with his suit. I thought that was pretty dope.
Loved it.
I like it. I like his team up with Rhodey at the ends, War Machine, where they have to both use the Unibeam to kill Whiplash. That's I don't know. I thought it was a good film. I don't think it's as bad as everyone else makes it out to be. I enjoyed watching it. Eric, Iron Man 2. What do you
It's alright.
Okay.
Wow.
Mike, Iron Man 2.
I mean, Whiplash was whatever. Justin Hammer was whatever. Don Cheadle as Rhodey was great. If Whiplash didn't have an accent, even though he's supposed to be like Russian or whatever, probably would have been better. He
had an accent, just not a very good one.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't even in it that long. He's fucking. I mean, he as Whiplash, he fucking has the IndyCar scene, and that's it for the most part.
Yeah, I guess Eric could have done better. I guess.
Probably.
Okay. All right. Well, moving on. Alex, Iron Man 2. Do you have anything you like, don't like, love, hate, change? What would you change? I don't know.
The only thing I really remember is the car scene from that movie, to be honest.
Yeah, the one I'm talking about.
Iron Man 2 and 3 are just a blur to me because it doesn't top number 1 or any of the films, to be honest.
Fair enough. Mike, Iron Man 2.
Dude, it had so much potential. So much potential because Vanko's dad with Tony's dad and Russia and the States and going into it with the whole thing, and then the sequel's got to be bigger. It's got to be more. I don't know, man. The best part of that movie was Sam Rockwell. So him and he's got the comedic side to him in that movie. But other than that, the movie was complete dog shit. And Alex, there's a reason why you don't remember because 2 and 3 were absolute. Eric can make a better movie.
I'm not really looking forward to talking about Iron Man 3. I thought that movie was so fucking bad. Chris, Iron Man 2. Is there anything you like about it? Anything you love, hate that I didn't already talk about?
Well, I guess I'll just go fuck myself because I love Iron Man 2. It's not a movie that I enjoyed the first time. It took 2, maybe 3 times. And here's why. Here's why. Because you had to take a second watch, maybe a third, to understand that they brought Howard Stark's map in it, where he found the next reactor to power his suit and ultimately keep him alive, which I thought was legit. They also at the end of that movie fully introduced Shield. At the end of the movie, they also were leading into Thor, which I know we didn't really touch on that, but the first Thor movie I loved as well. I think that this is the first time that they brought in Don Cheadle, like Eric said. You know, you were expecting what's his name? What's his name?
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. You're expecting Terrence Howard, and now you're expecting somebody else to come in and take that role. And Don Cheadle did perfect. Like you said at the end of the movie, where they teamed up to take on Whiplash, they did a good job. They introduced the Black Widow. They introduced so many pieces that set up the rest of the cinematic universe. I loved it. And again, it wasn't the first time that I saw the movie. It took a couple times, but you know what? Iron Man 2 holds its fucking own. It's good.
Yeah, I don't think it's like as bad as some of the other people in here, but you know,
yeah,
it's a fun
Fuck
film.
you, Mike.
Does anyone else have anything they want to add to Iron Man 2? It's just, I don't know. I don't think it's really more depth than what Chris just went into, to be honest with you. So I'm pretty much good with Iron Man 2. Does anyone else need to say anything about it?
They had a good idea. They fucked it up. That's all.
Mike,
That's all
you suck a dick, dude.
And that goes for half movies. Like I was like they casted well. They had a good idea, and it just it's a sequel, and it's a sequel to the best MCU movie.
No, it's not the best.
That's true.
And that's why it was a little. I was expecting it to. And that's the one thing.
I'll give Mike that, but the thing is, how many times do we see a sequel not hold up to the original? It happens all the time.
Okay, now I'm thinking about Iron Man 3 because that one even pissed me off more. Because what was Ben Kingsley's character's name? He was like he's the actual antagonist, and then the Mandarin. Yeah, and
it wasn't the Mandarin though. It was fucking the goddamn scientist.
Oh. Yeah, what a twist.
I know, the Mandarin has a bunch of magical rings, though. So
you know what? Yeah. They couldn't have chose a better fucking person to play the Mandarin, and they fucking washed that character out. That pissed me off.
Wait,
that was a damn good Mandarin.
All right. We're not here to talk about Iron Man 3. That's going to happen eventually. You guys,
I just want to say one.
You got Iron Man.
Listen, here comes Eric. Here we go.
Iron Man set the bar. He's the face of the whole goddamn thing. RDJ, you set the bar this high, and you make it just that's what kind of it is what it is.
All right, Eric, what do you have to say?
Iron Man 2. Okay, that horrible CGI dance scene when he's fucking drunk. That's one of the worst scenes in that.
Chris's favorite.
Yeah,
scene. But how dare you talk?
No, but dude, I was gonna say. Okay, well, first of all, fuck you, both of you, and then. Secondly, that was an homage to the comic book where Tony Stark was struggling with alcohol. They did that on purpose. So as corny as that scene was, that is one of the best scenes of the movie because they wanted to put that in there and they had to somehow tie it into the rest of the cinematic universe without making it seem like it was too aggressive or too adultish. So I hear what you're saying, but I will accept that scene for what they were trying to do for that.
Yeah, so it sounds like we're pretty good with Iron Man 2. Have different opinions. Anyway.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
It's
if you
pretty
want to talk any more shit, I'm gonna shove my dick in your mouth.
Hey, come on, dude.
This is a family
Jesus
show.
Christ, man.
Yeah, family my ass.
Yeah, you fucking.
Oh, is it? Is this? I can't. I mean, I didn't even. Is this?
No, Chris is
Is this
just
so worried about it.
Chris is just
All
a
right.
fucking cunt and always says the word that fits it there.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't stepped over the word cunt. That was you, asshole.
Yeah, you fucking dick. Anyways, all right, so we're gonna move on to fucking Thor.
All right.
Alex, take it away with Thor.
Come on, Alex.
I almost
You're too
fell
quiet,
asleep
my boy.
during that movie. I just watched it yesterday, and it's just like Hallmark, but with some frost giants that aren't actually really giants. Yeah, just
Well,
why didn't you use this tornado on Thanos? Come on, man.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting actually as I was just watching it too. Like there's a couple things he does in this film where I'm like, why didn't you just do that like with all your fights at the rest of the movies? Is there anything you liked about
hammer.
Thor?
I like Loki.
I was gonna say the best thing about Thor was Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Upon rewatching it today, because it was the first time I watched it since like before Infinity War, I thought the movie was actually really, really good up until the point where his friends go to Earth to save him, quote unquote, save him. Once that part hits, honestly, the whole movie just kind of goes downhill. I didn't care anymore. But the build up to that, like Natalie Portman and her characters was pretty cool. I actually really enjoyed everything about it until that part. And then I was like, oh, this movie really just kind of falls off a cliff. And I kind of was just like, let's get this over with. I also hate that he wears his fucking helmet from the comics for about 2 minutes and then that's it. Like, I think he looks dumb without it. Thor as a character, I never really knew much about him. Chris, do you know how to mute your mic?
Yeah, I'll do it right now.
Yeah, you know, I thought Thor was always cool, but I never really knew much about him when this movie came out originally. He's a dude with a hammer, and that's it. Like I think that's my problem with Thor as a character in the MCU, which obviously that changes in Ragnarok, which is the whole point of Ragnarok for the most part. He's kind of just a useless bitch without the hammer. And I really don't enjoy that because it couldn't be more obvious in the films, though. And I don't think that was their intention, so I don't know if I can appreciate it. Like, I think I hate it more than anything. Mike, what are your thoughts on Thor?
His bleached eyebrows ruined. You know, I couldn't take it. I couldn't take my eyes off his bleached eyebrows.
Okay.
That bugged me.
Yeah.
But the movie in itself actually, you know, as I think I can make the argument that I enjoyed that origin movie better than the first Captain America. And I know that's not really, you know, popular because I know I got a bunch of, you know, the people listening to this right now they're throwing a bunch of
stab
right
you,
now.
Mike. I will fucking stab you.
What the fuck did you just say? How is that even possible?
Eric just kicked his son right in his baby chest, and he just threw a chair across the room.
Alex is literally throwing up right now because of that.
It wasn't.
I don't know.
It wasn't.
God
It
damn
wasn't.
it, Mike.
It wasn't a good movie. I for a variety of reasons, because Thor is another character in this whole universe. Is the fact that they don't have any real antagonists that keep my interest. You know, the protagonist being the hero and the antagonist being the villain. There's not a lot. You know, there's not a lot to work with, which is why kind of going back to the Iron Man argument being like Mandarin, you know, Whiplash. There's something to work with there. As in Thor, he's a god. You know, there's not a lot of investment as far as like, will the hero be, you know, can he, whatever. But like it was whatever. I really didn't like the first Avenger and Captain America. I thought it was kind of lacking in a variety of ways.
You watch your fucking tongue.
Dad.
Oh,
God damn it, Mike! I hate you right now.
You want to do it right now?
No,
We'll do it right now.
Let's just do it.
No.
Okay. All right.
Should we just do
what
it?
are you gonna do?
Should we just do it?
You want to do it right now?
What?
I've
do it.
I've
You
seen
want to
that.
whip it out right?
Okay. Okay. So
Eric?
all right.
What, my
hold on,
balls
hold on,
versus
Ryan,
yours?
Hold on.
All right.
Who hasn't talked about Thor yet?
Me.
All right, go ahead. Talk about Thor before we move on to Captain America. We're doing Captain America tonight too.
Which one?
The first.
The first one?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna skip Thor and go straight into Captain
Go
America.
straight in.
No.
Hold on, Eric. Eric wants to speak. Hold on, Eric. Go ahead.
Nah, fuck that. Eric already got to talk.
I don't care about Thor. What I'm saying is I want to hear Mike explain why. I want him to be crystal clear on why he does not like First Avenger.
Okay.
And then the four of us are going to take him down because
Okay.
he's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Mike.
All right. No,
Chris,
you know what? I'm with Eric. I'm with Eric on this one.
Okay, great. So, Mike,
Wait. So okay.
Go ahead. Talk about Captain
Why?
America.
Shove my foot so far up your ass, Mike.
It's just not a good movie. We're talking about the most arguably. Can we all agree? Can we all agree that?
No.
Wait. Hold on. Look at
No.
all the greens giving me shit. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Right, hold on.
I'm willing to hear you out.
Yeah, let him talk.
Fuck you, Alex.
Can we all agree? Can we all agree that Captain America is and always will be the face of anything that associates Marvel? He is the front. He is the guy.
He should.
Can we say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
He
should be though.
Can we say that?
No.
Okay. Now let me ask you this question. No, he's not.
He's not.
I think so, but I would probably say Spider-Man is probably the face of Marvel.
I'd say Spider-Man or Iron Man.
It's not Iron Man.
Iron Man. Thank you.
It's debatable. But you would also think of Captain. You would think of Steve Rogers. You would think Captain America, right? It's
Of course.
You think of the Avengers, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, what's that all do with the movie,
Okay,
Mike?
right. And the face of the Avengers, the guy that towards the end of Endgame that catches Mjolnir and he assembles them. Who fucking says it? Which character?
Captain America. Okay, keep going. What are you getting at?
Right? Yeah. So if you were to rank that movie as an origin movie to all the other great origin movies that came out of any character in the comic book realm, where would you put? You honestly, you're gonna tell me that fucking movie belongs with, I don't know. I'm gonna be a homer here, but
Iron Man
Batman
1.
Begins.
We're not talking
Iron
about
Man,
DC.
Iron Man.
Jesus Christ.
We're of all the major characters out there, you would throw that in the buck, because if you're not, if it's just, then it's because if you have to think about it, like if you're 50-50 on it, then it's not. They had to nail that one. They nailed it with casting. He ended up being carried through with Civil War and Winter Soldier, because Winter Soldier was a very good movie, and so was Civil War. But as an origin movie, as the first one, would you really match that up with the rest of the great origin movies?
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan, you gonna let me rebuttal this?
No, hold on. I think Captain America, the first Avenger, is right up there with Iron Man 1 and Batman Begins and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I think it's right up there as one of the best films. That movie came out on my birthday. The Captain America actually premiered on my 18th birthday. I've watched it every year on my birthday. I'm telling you, that movie holds up.
You and your 18th birthday.
It's a great origin film.
I'm just kidding.
Like that movie's amazing. I think you're batshit crazy, but Chris, go ahead and rebuttal whatever the fuck Mike's trying to get at.
All right, Mike. What could have they done better to the first Avenger? How could they have made that movie better for you to put it up with the elites? Because I'm with Ryan. You are never gonna beat the first Iron Man. You're never gonna beat the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I'm sorry, I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but I'm sorry, Tobey Maguire, that's it. And then I don't even know why we're talking about DC, but Batman Begins. I know, I understand. Batman Begins is legit. I love Christian Bale as Batman, other than what the hell is his name from our 80s movies?
Michael Keaton.
Tim Burton's Michael Keaton. How could they have made Captain America's origin story better for you to assume that it would be with the elites of the arrests of our origin stories?
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Okay. All right. So, it first and foremost, as far as him getting what he needed to get, the super soldier serum, and then he becomes Captain America, and then he goes to fight, all that shit. Okay. Again, going back to the antagonist part. Okay. It all kind of for me, Red Skull, and they got I forget his name. The guy he's in the Matrix.
Hugo Weaving.
Yeah, Hugo Weaving. Okay, like he found the Tesseract, and I get the whole little. Okay, I get it. It's just there wasn't there. It just didn't do it for me. It just didn't do it for as far as it just was predictable from a plot standpoint. The villain was kind of a bitch. He had a red face. I get the whole, I get the as far as the character arc with that in the comics. I get Red Skull was where would you put that? He's up there in the Thanos, as far as the, one of the bigger villains.
So can we kind of say that you're saying that the Red Skull was kind of rushed? They didn't tell too much of an origin story or how the Red Skull came about.
Because I could agree with that if that's what he's saying.
I would agree with that.
Well, I mean that's what I'm talking about. Going back to Mandarin, going back to Whiplash, going back to that. That's what I'm trying to get at, because it just wasn't as an origin story, as one of your mainstay staple characters, and
I'll give you that.
It's just it wasn't.
I'll give you that. That's just a rough one for me because, I think overall, Captain America: The First Avenger was a damn good movie. I will agree with you that they did not pay enough homage to how the Red Skull came about, and then all of a sudden he comes back in fucking Infinity War and Endgame. I'll give you that.
Not to get it convoluted, but as far as going in transition into Civil War and the whole it's a comic book movie. It is what it is, being frozen in time, and the fact that it's just too teenager for me. Even me being a 12-year-old watching that shit would be kind of hey, look at.
Okay, so this is the best way to put it.
For the broad rock, I get it. He got frozen. He woke up. They're still having to be Sam Jackson, and then they're off and running because it felt like they hit their quota with Iron Man. They across the board A+.
You know what? Though,
I felt like they just rushed it. I felt like they just kind of shoehorned it in. I felt like it didn't feel like fuck, I was in World War II. It didn't feel like, because there's some I remember reading, I forget the names, but there's even a graphic novel by the same guy that did a couple Iron Mans too. It didn't capture it for me. It just didn't do it justice. It just felt like there he is in World War II. He's fucking there. He is with the Tesseract. He's frozen, and it is what it is.
Okay, so you're sounding nitpicky at this point, but Alex, go ahead. And then...
Okay, let me lower my hand. Okay, so I agree with him. Thor has a better storyline. It's just not action-packed like Captain America.
This is crazy, dude.
That's what I would like to conclude. And Loki's a better villain than the Red Skull.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think what the potential four of you are forgetting is just like Edward Norton, Hugo Weaving didn't want to play his character more than that film. So maybe they knew that halfway through production and they had to change the story. Maybe that's true. They didn't utilize Red Skull because what was the point? Maybe they're like, oh,
yeah. Let's hear what Eric has to say. Eric hasn't spoken on it yet.
I didn't know.
I want to hear what Eric has to say. Right. Shut up, Mike.
Jesus Christ. All right.
I want to hear Eric on this.
Eric, go ahead, man.
Come on, Eric.
Okay, let me start with just agreeing that I agree with you guys saying that Captain, Iron Man,
Spider-Man,
the Tobey Maguire first one, and Batman Begins are pretty much up there with the best origin story. But when you say origin story, that's what it fucking is. So your problem with the villain in Captain America: The First Avenger it's his fucking story. It's not Hugo Weaving and fucking the Red Skull guy. So he's an ancillary character who, again, the actor didn't really, after the freaking first movie, was like, okay, maybe. No, not really. And it's about fucking Captain America. That's what it is about. Now, Thor being better than Captain America, Alex, you're tripping. The best part
you're
about
high,
him
bro.
was
You are
the best
fucking
part
high.
about him is Loki, and the reason that he's so good is because they had structure. They knew where he was going to go. He's going to steal the fucking Tesseract. He's going to be the bad guy in Avengers. And he went all the way into the freaking 20-some-odd movie down the line.
Mm-hmm.
And he still has a
They
show.
did that all in the
Exactly.
first film, though. Loki's a snake. That's what they did in the first film.
They put work into him because he was going to be that far. That's why he's getting the show.
Exactly.
But
You know what, dude? Eric
still doesn't mean that bad writing for Captain America for a shitty Red Skull.
I don't think it was bad writing. When was the last time you watched it, Alex?
You know what? Eric fucking hit the nail on the head, dude. Tom Hiddleston has been your fucking linchpin through all these different movies. This dude is one of the best fucking villains. He's managed to last through the whole MCU. He fucking made Thor. Eric is 100% correct. I mean,
go watch Infinity War again. When you see him in the beginning die, it's like, fuck, that was legit.
Yeah.
I'm so sad that he died because he was so good. But they did that because they knew he was good, and they kept that character alive that far, and now he's getting his own fucking TV show. Whereas, again, the Red Skull, in Endgame was
how good,
or Infinity War. It's kind of weird that he was there. But
how good was Loki in Ragnarok?
Okay, well,
come on.
We're talking about Thor 1 and origin stories here. Before Mike,
I understand.
Hold on. Before Mike gets to talk again, I think as someone who hold on, Mike, hold on, I'm not done yet.
All right.
This is Captain America: Civil War.
As someone, oh, Jesus Christ,
Ryan,
what?
real quick, may I say, for your 50th, this has got to be the best goddamn episode.
We're never gonna top this.
No.
As someone who just watched Thor today, I think you guys are kind of blowing up Loki a little bit. It was so fucking predictable from the get-go that he was behind everything. It was so.
It doesn't matter.
Hold on, dude. He was so damn cheesy. Like, oh, he clearly let the Frost Giants in. Like, I just kind of went into it, like, barely paying attention. I was like, wow, I didn't remember.
They had to set up the first Avenger.
I know, but they did it so, like,
excuse me, the Avenger movie.
I know, but I think Thor is not really well done when it comes to Loki. I think you guys are not remembering it correctly. I
just watched it. I literally finished it at 8 o'clock 2 hours ago.
Okay, Mike, go ahead. What do you got to say?
All right. Who directed the first Avenger? Anybody want to tell me?
Joe Johnston.
Did he have any part of any of the success going forward with that character?
No, he did not.
No,
because he didn't want to
fix him.
Because why? They didn't want anything to do with that motherfucker. They wanted to keep him away. The Russos took over, and guess what? Better movie, right?
What?
Dude, when was the last time you watched First Avenger, Mike?
What my point is that if
Mike, who hurt you?
This is like a Charizard thing.
I'm being honest. I'm just being honest. I love more than half of these movies, but like, if
I don't think you do.
If this is your like Cap. Like to me, Cap. Like he is more. I mean, I still love. I'm more of an Iron Man guy as far as movies go, but like, that's it. Like this is what we're kind of, and they were able to make it work. They were able to build off it with the characters they developed and with Black Widow and getting into like the whole kind of like espionage movie with
Winter Soldier,
Winter Soldier and Bucky and then getting into Civil War, and that's when like, and that's not, it's arguably you can say like that's not really a Cap movie, but it's that as far as origin stories go and as far as movies go and as far as how they did it, it just seemed shoehorned in, and it just wasn't any better than Thor, and Thor wasn't any better than Cap.
Which movie are you talking about? The first Avenger and the first Thor movie, Mike?
Yes.
So,
okay.
I'm curious. You said as far as movies go, Iron Man is more impressive to you than Captain America. But how is that possible?
But Iron Man had to
shut
be.
the fuck up. Jesus Christ.
It had to be, though.
How is Iron Man better than Captain America if Iron Man 2 and 3 don't do anything near the level of progress that Winter Soldier and Civil War do to move the storyline forward?
Because Mike is high.
Okay, for variety of reasons. Okay, first of all, Jon Favreau is still killing it in anything he does. Okay, that movie, Jeff Bridges, the casting of Robert Downey Jr. and being an origin story of something that no one's ever seen before. You know, there has been incarnations of Cap in the past being as shitty it was. You know, like I think it was in the 80, 84, 85.
Yeah.
The comic, but Iron Man's the one that kind of kicked it off. They nailed it. Favreau is the one that deserves all the credit for this whole thing, but not fucking Feige, not anyone else that Eric's glory holing. Okay, none of those guys.
Damn, dude.
It's on Favreau,
Mike
okay?
fucking trolling Eric, dude.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Iron Man 1 is it's like, you know, it's up on the pedestal.
I guess the reason why I was asking that is because, in my opinion, even though, like Alex said, this is like a Charizard thing, Captain America is my favorite superhero. I just think that they did a better job with Captain America of actually bringing his story from the comics into the cinema. Whereas Iron Man, they just kind of, you know, they brought it in. They didn't really bring in a whole lot of his comics. They just brought certain aspects of it.
No,
right.
Let me know when I can talk. Right?
Oh, go ahead, Chris. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I don't want to cut anybody off.
No, go ahead.
Listen, I think where a lot of our differences. This was how I interpreted the first Avenger and then the first Iron Man. When I saw the first Iron Man movie, that shit blew my mind because they were able to bring in a Marvel character from the comic books and cartoons and implement him into real life. They brought him in to Operation Enduring Freedom, an actual wartime event that I actually served when I was in the military. And I remember when I saw Iron Man 1, that shit blew my mind because they were able to take Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, into modern day, what is actually happening into the world right now. Whereas the first Avenger was more fantasy. That's where a lot of people get tripped up as far as their origin stories, which makes Iron Man the best origin story because you're bringing in Marvel Cinematic Universe with real-time events. Tell me I'm wrong.
I would say Batman Begins is still a better origin story than Iron Man.
Negative. No way. No fucking way.
That's definitely a good way of looking at it. But like, you know, it's, I don't know, man. Like that.
Come on, Eric, you gotta have my back, dog. Like,
I mean,
Ariel is constipated right now. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Shitting
I mean,
here we go.
Fucking...
I'll just go fuck
Eric's
myself,
looking
dude.
at
Alex, do you have anything to
out.
add to this?
I would say Iron Man is the best, and then Batman.
Thanks, Alex. I love you, Alex.
Batman.
Thank you.
And then I would say it pains me to say it because the movie's so boring, but the story is a little bit better than Captain America. I would say Thor and then Captain America.
How is the story better?
There's no way the story is better.
How is the story of Thor better than?
I like how we had a.
I gotta agree with Chris and Michael, and then disagree with Chris and you guys.
Oh my god.
Where do you find this guy, Ryan? Where do you find this guy? I love Alex.
Halo 3,
Well,
2007.
Get the fuck. Hey, wait, hold on, Eric. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Eric.
What? Okay, go ahead with why? How, you're gonna? How is the first Avenger that story? We all know how it goes. Tell me why that story is so much better than Thor's and so on and so forth. Tell me.
I mean, it really is.
Hey, did you fart?
Dude.
I
Sorry,
mean,
what?
okay, so it starts off with him in Brooklyn with Bucky. You know, he gets his ass beat, and he's somebody who just wants to help and, you know, change the world. He wants to save the world. He wants to be something he can't. Everyone is telling him he can't because of the size of who he is. Fucking immigrant dudes like, oh, let me help this white kid out. Gives him the superhuman.
Right, but that's only half of the story.
You didn't let me finish the other half. I'm literally going through it right now for you. So,
So okay, we're getting a breakdown. No, hold on, Ryan, you're coming in and saving him. I want to hear from that piece of shit. I want to hear why is he fucking getting on Alex? And why is he getting on? I want to hear from him.
Damn, my kid's aggressive, dude.
This is how we always get at Yard House.
Bad.
This is how we always get.
For the listeners, we're several. Go ahead, Eric.
All right, Eric, you gonna defend yourself?
It's just a better movie. It's a better beginning story, beginning, middle, end. You have
which movie?
Captain America.
So we're comparing Captain America to Thor right now. Nothing else.
Captain America's better.
That's what we're saying.
Point.
There's no comparison.
But Alex thinks
Mike,
that Thor is
you. Better. Alex, fuck you.
Okay. So in Thor, Thor is an arrogant, bloodthirsty bastard.
Yes.
And
True.
he gets bitch slapped by Odin back to Earth.
Right.
And as much as I hate the Hallmarky movie lovey-dovey scenes between him and Natalie Portman, it's just him finding humanity, I would say.
Yeah, I agree with
you
that.
Know, Steve Rogers always had courage, but not the brawn. So he just gets the brawn and then the courage with the soldier serum. And he just sprays his white load all over Red Skull, and then they crash into the ocean.
Okay, but so Thor.
I love Eric's face, dude.
One of the things we forgot to say this entire time is that Anthony Hopkins killed as the Allfather.
Right. Yeah. Him as Odin.
It's the same. It's the same movie. Not one's better than the other. I could argue that Thor's better than the first Avenger. That's all I'm saying.
All of a sudden, Mike. You got all the Green Brothers saying, "Go fuck yourself" right now.
That Marvel poster you jerk off to every night. That your poster boy has a shit origin movie, dude. That's all I'm saying. And you know what? Thor's origin movie, not very good either.
Well, yeah.
Thor
really
sucks compared to First Avenger.
I'm with Eric on this one.
In terms of rewatchability.
First Avenger.
First Avenger. Action-packed. Thor, it's just
look, dude.
Love story and it's Thor
the very
finding
fucking
itself.
minimum.
It's a better story.
The very minimum. When you have at the end of the movie, you have Chris Evans pounding on that fucking bag, and Samuel L. Jackson comes in. Are you saying you're ready for your next mission? And then the movie cuts, dude. That is it. That is fucking it. That scene to me, fucking puts everything into perspective for the first Avenger.
Yeah, Thor just had daddy issues. And
that
he was a white privilege.
Dude, he's a god.
He was fucking white privilege.
I'm not for one or the other. I'm just saying, if your poster boy has to be, it's the same movie.
My poster boy is the motherfucker punching the goddamn bag in a white t-shirt at the end of the movie.
Punch the bag. I gotta wait.
My next mission.
I gotta wait 45 minutes. I gotta wait 45 minutes to credit someone punch a fucking bag, dude.
I don't give a shit.
Not on Disney Plus. You can just skip the credits.
That's right. I'm with Eric on that one.
Or you can shut the fuck up, Mike. Credits on YouTube.
I don't know if you have a beard. I don't know if you have a beard or just a mustache.
Okay.
Shut up.
I
don't know.
Shut up. Jesus Christ.
I love you, Mike.
Love you.
All right. Does anyone else have...
Thor was so campy.
Really? Now you want to talk?
Oh, here we go. See what, Ryan? You're ready to move on. You're ready to move on, Ryan. Do your job. Let's progress.
It's your fault, Ryan.
Okay.
This little fucking brings
it
back.
Ryan's trying to bring it back.
Hey.
His crew.
Okay, Eric, shut up. And
then you have Bucky Barnes, who's the homie who leads the way in the next movie.
That's right.
Freaking Tommy Lee Jones, freaking Haley Atwell. I mean, dude,
it wasn't
just
good.
So much better.
I got it.
So much better.
Ryan's like, fuck me, dude.
Okay.
Move on, Ryan.
Fuck, dude. Did you guys watch So we're done with Marvel. That's it. So if you have something else to say about Marvel, get it out now.
Let's just keep going.
We're not. No, fuck
No,
you. We're
let's
not done
keep
with
on
Marvel,
going.
dude.
Yeah, no, we are done with Marvel.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We're not gonna.
I'm just kidding.
I mean,
right?
I guess we could do the Avengers. I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm just
no,
kidding.
no.
I want to watch it again.
Yeah, I need to watch Avengers again. I hate Captain America's
I-
costume in that film, but
I think.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Hey, Ryan, real quick. I think. I think you have some material on the next two Captain America movies and then the Avenger movies as well. So I think we should.
well, we're doing it by phase. So the next
I understand.
the next thing up is Avengers, and then we'll spend an hour probably talking about that film because I know all five of
Sounds
us
good.
are gonna have extremely different opinions if all five can be back. That's gonna be a shit show of an episode. I'm not looking forward to it.
right.
So that's it for Marvel. Did everyone in here watch the Mortal Kombat movie trailer?
Hated it.
All right, Mike, did you watch it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, everyone, it's pretty much breaking news. It just kind of came out of nowhere, but it comes out in April. Mortal Kombat is getting
16th.
made again as a live-action film, April 16th. The trailer came out today. I actually really like the trailer. My issue with it is there's a few parts that look a little too corny already, and it's just the trailer. And I also think, I was talking to Eric, that I think they spent way too much time, like it was a montage, just showing off characters from the games. We're going to watch the film, so we're going to see the characters. You don't need to spend a whole trailer showing every single character that you have in the film. Yeah, so the film does, they just talked about this today, that the film opens up with a 10-minute fight scene with Sub-Zero and Scorpion. So it's it's very gory. It is gonna be cool. The fight scenes, like all the actors they have for their fight scenes are gonna be fucking crazy. I think the casting they have is amazing. However, the cheesy parts that I've seen so far in the trailer are a little too cheesy for me, and I'm scared. I'm scared shitless.
Yeah.
But Alex, Mortal Kombat, what did you think of it so far?
I mean, I got pumped for the trailer until I saw Cyrex as
Right.
Cyber Lin Kuei. I just can't stand Cyber Lin Kuei. I think it's stupid. I robots in Mortal Kombat. And,
Alex, can you elaborate
Check me out.
what you're referring to?
Do you
uh,
did you notice though that Cyrax is like his armor is straight out of Mortal Kombat 10?
yes. I just don't like the Cyber Lin Kuei.
Well, the Cyber Lin Kuei makes sense, but they actually become robots. They don't just end like it's not like they're just robots. I wish they would have just gotten into that. There's like a couple of theories that if there's time travel in the movie, I don't know. Louis Tan, which is go ahead.
What? I'm sorry. Can you elaborate what that Cyberlink play is?
Oh,
or whatever you're
well, yeah.
referring to?
So the Lin Kuei is Sub-Zero's clan.
Okay.
But is it Quan Chi, Alex? Who fucks them over?
It's Kano and I think Quan Chi.
Oh, so Kano and Quan Chi, the villains, major villains in the video game franchise, they actually kidnap most of Sub-Zero's clan and turn them into robots. And by doing that, they literally take their soul and put it in a robot body. It's
Oh no! It's the headmaster from this the Lin Kuei.
what, Bihan?
No, not Bihan. The one before Bihan and before Bihan.
Well, anyways, okay, yeah, the Lin Kuei.
I'm just gonna go fuck myself and start talking about MCU again because I don't know what's going on.
Well, basically, these robots are Sub-Zero's clan that got kidnapped and turned into robots, and he's pissed. However, the Sub-Zero you're going to see in the movie is Noob Saibot if you played the games. The Black Ninja, he's a Shadow Ninja. Well, that's Bihan, Sub-Zero's oldest brother, and he's kind of a bad guy. He's not a good guy. So the movie takes place pretty early on. And
Sounds aggressive.
if you played the games, it takes place early in the games. Alex, is there anything else you wanted to touch on from the trailer before we move on to other people?
I'm just gonna have to see the film, see how it is. Hopefully, it's better than the second Mortal Kombat movie.
Mortal Kombat,
Anal beads.
Mortal Kombat Anal Lotion. All right, Chris, is there anything you saw from the trailer though that kind of got you excited? Anything at all?
I don't know, bro. I think this is going to be a different take on Mortal Kombat from what I'm used to. I think Eric will agree with me on this, that we are used to the first two original films, as well as the Mortal Kombat games from N64 and some of the earlier platforms. I think it has potential. I do agree with you that it was a little corny. I think some of the narration was a little corny.
Oh yeah, that's
the Noob Saibot that they showed, I thought it was corny. I'm sorry. It was a little too CGI for me. And then towards the end, they kind of opened up like some of the goriness. I want to say it was like the dart that went through the fucking throat of one guy. I'm assuming it's Scorpion.
Yeah.
And then they kind of showed, I'm assuming maybe like a quick scene from Sub-Zero. I want to say that that's something that could interest me, but overall with the teaser, I thought it was corny. I did. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna watch it, but it was a little corny.
Before I let Mike go, I kind of just thought about it right now as you were talking. You haven't really played the Mortal Kombat game since a long time ago, and that's one of the other things I think I can take away from this trailer is that they focus too much just in general on characters that people are like, who the fuck is that? So
right,
that's very interesting to think about, which I didn't because I obviously, me and Alex, we still play the games. Mike, what did you think of the trailer for a video game movie in Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, it looked fan made. I remember Eric sent me the link this morning. I played Mortal Kombat when I was younger as well, but like it just seems like there's so many characters. Like if you're gonna it's more fit for a show platform if you want to kind of have an HBO Max kind of deal to it, where it's more like drawn out to where they can do service to all these characters. And I don't know, there's a lot, right? I mean, there's probably dozens of them. So for a movie to be another Mortal Kombat movie to be kind of it just again just doesn't it just again another thing that they're going to put out there. They're going to make their money and they're going to kind of cash out. But it's just like lay it out in a show format. Like you can have seasons upon seasons upon seasons. If it's good, people will watch it and they'll keep doing it. And then you can actually service these characters and actually have a little background tidbits about Sub-Zero, Scorpion, all these guys, and then have them kind of work their way towards a that ultimate tournament instead of just kind of watching an hour and a half, hour 45 of just okay, that guy got decapitated. I got no emotional investment in that because it looks cool, but it's just not I'm probably not going to see it, but if it was a show and it was any good, I'd probably catch on to it later.
Yeah. So. Eric, what are your thoughts on the trailer?
Yeah, I kind of agree with you guys. It's a little cheesy. What the hell's his name? Not Sector.
Cyrax.
Cyrax, thank you. He definitely was. That was cheesy. I don't know why. Maybe it just wasn't done 100% or something, but it just didn't look as good as I would have hoped. The narration in the trailer wasn't done as good, or it was just too quick that you couldn't see exactly what they're trying to show you for maybe a reason. And the other thing that two things that stood out was why they were using the original. Yeah, she was the original, I think. Is Sonya Blade and Jax.
Did you
Briggs.
confirm that anywhere though? I didn't see anything.
I'm gonna look at it right now
because they didn't look like it in the trailer. I watched it again and I don't know what you're talking about. I just think I gotta go with Mike on this one. I just think with Mortal Kombat, everyone knows.
Oh no, she's not the original.
Everyone knows the ninjas. Everyone, they know Shang Tsung, Shao Kahn. Like they should have just kept it grounded like the first film, and just focus on really like making like really good fight scenes. And obviously focus on the special effects, because I think we can all agree the yellow robot Cyrax does not look good at all. It looks. Fan made.
It's just super cheesy.
But the reason why I wanted to talk about it is because there is one video game movie that finally found success after all this time. There's one movie that actually managed to pull it off, and that is Detective Pikachu. So the thing I wanted to ask you guys, is there still a video game out there that you wish had a movie?
Halo.
Chris, go first. Any video game you've played?
A video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, a video game that had a movie.
Well, no, that you want to have a movie.
I don't know, bro. I obviously, as you know, I don't play very many video games. I think a video game that I always enjoyed was James Bond GoldenEye. I think I think that was a movie. I mean, I think that was a video game that maybe they could have, maybe implemented more into the James Bond cinematic universe, if you will. That's and I mean, to be honest with you, I think why haven't they made a Gears of War movie? I played the first 2 games with you guys, if you will. Why I think that's something that they could have touched on. Why I think that's something that they can make a movie out of as well.
Yeah, I think
so maybe
sure.
those are 2 that I would say maybe could be brought into the cinematic universe. And to be honest with you, as much as I'm not a Halo fan as much as you are, but all these different Halo games, why has there not been a Halo movie? There's been all these fan-made movies, to kind of like push the envelope, if you will. Why has there not been a Halo movie?
Yeah,
if you want to get technical.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, Showtime is making a show right now with Steven Spielberg. It's filming. They just started. They started filming again, I think, a couple months ago.
Yeah. Okay.
And they posted a few pictures of like the battle rifles and the guns, and they're all like obviously extremely accurate to the games. I would say Star Fox could be a film. The way that they animated the Pokemon for Detective Pikachu, I could see them doing a Star Fox movie like that. Realistic looking, but not so realistic that it's you can't get into it. Alex,
Dead Space.
Oh, that'd be fucking crazy, dude. If that was a live action.
If they did like John Carpenter's The Thing, like with the practical effects, that would be fucking crazy and beyond scary.
Yeah, it would.
Alex out of left field, dude. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude. Eric, The Suffering. Oh my god. Yeah.
Damn, this should
or
do
even
that.
even The Evil Within.
Yeah, Evil Within.
It's kind of like a Silent Hill, but Bethesda created it. Yeah, because the Silent Hill movies weren't that good.
No, I think you nailed it with Dead Space. Evil Within could be a good one too. Mike, besides Madden games, what do you think would be a good?
Wait. I take exception to that. All right. Oh, you're right. All right. You're right. I'm guilty. I just play the occasional sports games. But growing up, okay.
I didn't know that. I didn't get that.
I used to like. Okay, I always thought that they should do some service to some of these games that have good stories that they can put on the big screen. And until I love playing Max Payne, and I saw Mark Wahlberg do Max Payne, and I decided not to go for any more of these video game movies. But the 2 I would like to see. I always wonder why they didn't do Metal Gear Solid. I always wonder why, and what would be cool probably for me, like when I played recently, and I still play the first one occasionally because I still have it saved on my Xbox, is Red Dead Redemption. I always loved.
Yeah,
I always old school Western movies.
Yep.
Good, Bad, and the Ugly, and Tombstone, and loved all those old Westerns. So I think that would be pretty cool. If it was casted well and they had the right guy behind it, Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, man, that's a pretty good one. All of you guys gave some pretty good suggestions.
Yeah, fucking give me shit for playing Madden.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, dude. Yeah, I was like, let me burn this bitch real quick.
Eric, what do you got, dog?
Eric, do you have anything you wanted to add to this?
Spin that shit, dude.
No, not really. Gears of War and Halo. The Suffering would be cool though. About the fucking game freaking out.
And you know what? Ryan, I think I think you have so much to play with. Like, how many Gears of War games have they made? How many Halo games have they made? Jesus, you could make probably what, one or two, maybe three films per each franchise.
You can make a ton.
You can make. I mean, yeah. There's this. The content is limitless. It'd be crazy.
And I have to agree with Mike as well. I think Red Dead Redemption. I think if you have a good storyline, if you have good actors, I think you make some good movies out of that too. I never played Red Dead Redemption, but I that would have been a game that I would have been interested in if I was to keep up with the platforms.
Yeah, I think Red Dead Redemption with John Marston's story would be pretty freaking insane. Dead Space, Alex, you definitely killed it with Dead Space. Dead Space should.
I think so.
The fact that they haven't done that yet is beyond me. That game is so fucking terrifying if you let your character die. There's just crazy death scenes. The creatures can be terrifying. That's a really, really good one. I'd love to see them do that. And they have to use practical effects, though. They can't focus with just CGI or else it wouldn't work. But I think that's a good one.
Now, another one would be, if they chose the right timeline, would be World of Warcraft without the live action characters. They just did all their CGI like they do in all their trailers for the expansions. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Because it's just voice acting.
Movie,
that's what he just talked about.
Yeah, if they took out all the live action characters and just made a full CGI movie. Because, I mean, their trailers for their expansions looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them do a movie on Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Maybe the follow-up to what the character does in that game. I just beat it again recently, and that game ends with Darth Vader basically beating the shit out of you. Like, he's such a strong character versus you as the Jedi that you can't even land a hit on him. The movie takes place literally a few years after Order 66, and it's a lot that you explore in the game. It's not so much just video games now, but you do experience them in the games, but I kind of wish, just for Star Wars that they focused more on Order 66 and other Jedi and what they had to deal with. Because they weren't all dead, obviously. But, yeah, so that's video game movies. We're pretty much done here, guys. So is there anything else you guys have to say before we finish this up?
Yeah, fuck you, Eric.
All right.
That's about it.
Well,
That's
Mike beat me to it, but I was going to say, fuck you, Mike. That First Avenger is a damn good movie, and fuck you.
Well, hey, man, it's been lovely.
You gotta take it. You gotta give it, take it.
It's been absolutely great recording our 50th episode, going literally crazy. I cannot. Not looking forward to listening to this and seeing what I need to cut out.
You don't need to cut shit out, dude. You did. This has got to be your best goddamn episode.
I think so. This actually was a lot of fun. Just we need to, on the when we do the Avengers, which I think we should probably do next week or something if you got time.
I'm down.
We'll just have to try not to cut each other off so much. But other than that, I think we all killed it. The audio sounds great. I just want to say thank you to all of you so much for doing this with me. This has been a long time coming and it's a lot of fun to do. So yeah, that's 50 episodes down for the It Just Works podcast. I'm your host, Ryan. Thank you guys for listening. And take care, guys. Thank you.
Love you guys.